Hooked on the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches and Palm Beach County, the best way to experience Florida.
This morning we're out in Delray Beach and I'm fishing with pro guide Kevin Cannon and my son Joseph. We're gonna go out this morning and see if we can catch some peacock bass and maybe a clown knife or two. Let's get hooked on the Palm Beaches. There he comes up. Woo, look at that. Pretty fish.
We got a big one, boys!
I don't think it gets any better than this.
I just cannot believe how many fish there are here.
This is why you come here, this is why we do what we do. Off of Palm Beach, bro. This is the kind of Jurassic Park stuff that lives out here. Woo! We did it, fella. Nice one.
It blows me away the fishing opportunities that we have in and around Palm Beach County.
Some of the best game fishing that you can have in the entire world.
So what we're gonna do to start off here this morning, guys, there's like a nice metal seawall up here, probably about 2 feet deep along the wall, drops out into 6 or 8 feet. And these peacock bass like to hang out right along the wall and kind of pin baits up against it so the bait can't get away from them. So we're gonna have the guys cast their shad as close to that wall as they can. Hopefully a peacock bass is gonna crash it. We're gonna be bowed up, catching a bunch of peacocks right here on the seawall. So these are threadfin shad. And what I like to do is just take a hook and just open their mouth here like that. Right in and then kind of between their eyes without actually getting the brain. And now he's ready to go. Get out there and catch us a fish. James, so when you cast your bait out along the wall here, keep an eye on it. A lot of times when that peacock comes to eat your shad, that shad will get right up on the surface and start running. You'll see him get nervous and then you're gonna see, boom, an explosion, just like you had a surface lure on. So keep your eye out for that. That's the explosive bite we're looking for.
Awesome.
There you go, that's a good cast. Right on that corner there, James. And that's how we get started. Boom. Woo. Nice job, bud.
Super nice fish. Good way to start off the day.
How many casts did that take before you caught him, Joe?
3 casts, 2 casts actually. All right, let's get him back in the water.
Nice, Joe.
Pretty much everything we catch here is catch and release.
Let him go so we can catch him another day.
Peacock bass here in Palm Beach County, a lot of people don't realize that they're up this far north, but we have a great peacock bass fishery here. Lots of numbers, decent size. They've probably been up here in fishable numbers for about 10 years, getting increasingly popular here. And along with the peacocks in here, there's plenty of largemouth bass, and we have the elusive clown knifefish, which also are gaining a lot of popularity, and we're probably gonna end up catching 1 or 2 of those today as well. There you go, Joe. All right, we got a double header of peacock bass on right here. This is a typical, there you go, typical scenario here. Oh, we got a leaper, there you go. Woo. 2 fish in the net. How's that?
All right.
Well, these peacocks showed up here in Palm Beach County, I'm gonna say early 2000s. You know, they made it through the canals from Miami, where they originated in the mid-80s. Made it up here in the early 2000s, and they've actually made a pretty good population up here. A lot of people think you have to fish South Lauderdale, Miami to catch them, but they have exploded up here in Palm Beach County, and it's really created an industry as far as guiding, like myself. There's several guides that specifically target peacock bass. It's an industry you can actually make a living on now.
So these are religiously warm water fish, so much so that if there's a freeze in South Florida, as we sometimes get a bad freeze every 10 years, it'll die off most of the population of peacock bass. And I believe this happened in about 2000. A lot of the fish in Broward County, further south of us, actually died off because of that big freeze. And I know we had another one a few years back that killed a lot of the peacock, right?
The last freeze we had that put a dent in the population here was 2010. And it did knock them back pretty good. You could still catch them, but not like we're catching them today. And it took almost 2 years for them to rebound to where it is like you're seeing this morning.
These fish tend to get really big. The largest fish caught here in Florida was about 12 pounds. Oh, that's already on.
Double header again.
Absolute peacock madness here.
Peacock madness. The pavone. You got a monster. Oh, nice one, dude. All right. Double header, and of course, I think Dad is going to end up the loser on this one. The smaller fish.
Boom! Look at this big old hump head. Humpty Dumpty.
Woo! You got me again. Pulled the hook on mine, but whoa, that is a monster peacock. Well done, son.
Yep, here's a nice Palm Beach County peacock right here that Joseph just caught. Nice hump head right there. He's probably still spawning, a little bit of a late Caesar spawner there.
Yeah.
This fish probably goes about 3.5 pounds, maybe a little better. Real nice fish.
Now this is the Ocellaris species of peacock bass. There are two species that were introduced into South Florida, which is the Temensis species and the Ocellaris species. The Temensis species is the speckled peacock bass, and they haven't done too well in South Florida at all. But the butterfly peacock, this species, has done exceptionally well. Let's let this one go. All right.
Nice job, guys.
Nice one.
All right.
Beautiful. It's amazing how much fishing there is right on our doorstep here in the Palm Beaches. Arguably the very best fishery in the world when it comes to the selection and the variety of fish that you can catch offshore, inshore, and obviously in the estuaries as well. Stand by for some more incredible peacock action on Hooked on the Palm Beaches.
Hooked on the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches and Palm Beach County, the best way to experience Florida. And by ENGEL Coolers, the original high-performance cooler company. And by PELAGIC high-performance offshore gear.
I tell you, I watch this boy catch iguanas and Cuban and old lizards all the time, but I've never seen an iguana this chilled.
Boop, ready for action.
Hooked up!
Some just swirled on your bait there, James. You're getting picked up. There he is. We got a good one here.
I'm on again.
You got a monster.
They are biting this morning, guys.
Double header again.
Absolute peacock madness here.
Oh, yep.
Nice job, James.
Oh, that's a beauty. Little guy. Oh, look at that jump.
We got a leaper. It's a nice Palm Beach County peacock right there. What do we got? What do we got?
Got a nice largemouth on here. Oh, what a beauty.
Easy on, easy off.
Thank you, sir.
We'll let him go.
Really nice fat fish, really healthy condition.
Boom. All right, Joe, you're on fire, buddy. Real nice fish. It's just a typical day. They have exploded up here in Palm Beach County.
Absolutely tear you up.
Peacocks, largemouth. We're in this together, guys. These guys are doubled up right now again. We got to get back to them. Woo! Look at this big old hump head. Humpty Dumpty. That ought to get crushed right there. There's no shortage of peacocks.
Pulled the hook on mine, but whoa, that is a monster peacock. Well done, son.
I'm just a better fisherman than him.
Perfect. Right in the lip.
Cap, what's happening? We're not catching a fish every cast.
I know, I got you guys spoiled here.
Hello, Humpty Dumpty. Time for you to go back to your wall. I just cannot believe how many fish there are out here.
Yeah, one after the other.
That's peacock bass number 43.
It's not a bad problem when you can't get away from the peacock bass.
Peacock madness. Welcome back to Hooked on the Palm Beaches, and the action is still flying. We're here in front of a residential house. Ooh, this is a nice peacock. This is a really nice one, Cap.
We've already got one in the net from Joe. Oh, there he is. That's a nice one. Look at that. This is typical here when you're fishing around these docks. A lot of these houses always have dogs, of course. They always come out to greet us every morning, bark at us a little bit, say hi. And not too long ago, one of them got a little crazy and actually jumped off the dock to come see us.
In Latin America, they call this fish pavon, which means peacock. And I've caught these fish in South America, Guyana. Incredible top water action in Guyana, in the Amazon jungle there on the rivers. I've also caught them in Panama, in Lake Raton, where they were introduced from one of the canals there. And just what beautiful fish, look at that. Beautiful colors. This fish is just vibrant. Well, that was a beautiful fish, and he grabbed it, took me straight into structure, felt the take, and then I'm stuck. I'm like, oh man, so I just released a little bit of line, out he came again, swam out. So it's important to remember that if you hook onto a nice peacock there, he takes you into structure, just let your line go a bit, and often he'll swim it out.
The peacocks, what I love about them, unlike a largemouth bass, the peacocks will bite from the morning right through the day. Even in the middle of the day, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, if it's 97 degrees out, the peacock bass will bite. The largemouth, you know, they kind of shy away. They don't like the heat, but these peacocks, that's one thing that really makes them great.
I love fishing in Palm Beach County because there's a variety of fish you can catch, and even in the saltwater, there's a bunch of fish that I love to catch, and you can't get bored of it. So this is a nice largemouth bass. These are actually native to Florida. These actually get super big. These can get to about 20 pounds.
Multiple species this morning. Here we've got a nice largemouth. Pretty cool.
Yep.
And,
Nice.
look at that. Really nice fat fish, really healthy condition, and pretty cool to be catching largemouth along with peacock bass this morning. You feel the fish, they warm. This water's got to be about 80 degrees right now.
88 this morning.
88 this morning. Wow, and you can feel the fish, they're warm, they're hungry, and they're active.
It's been a great morning so far, guys. I think we're going to reel them up, make a little move, see what else we can get into, see if we can find maybe that clown knife fish, and see what else awaits throughout this day. Let's go.
On this week's fishing hotspot, we're here at John D. MacArthur Beach State Park. This is the only state park here in Palm Beach County and one of the best places to come and catch some amazing fish here in the Lake Worth Lagoon. In the winter, there's going to be a lot of sea trout, redfish, obviously tons of snook, but because of the clear water that comes into the Lake Worth Lagoon here, we're also getting species like permit. We're seeing bonefish come back with our restoration here in the lagoon. A really cool spot to catch some of those big game fish that people are usually going down to the Keys to target. You can come right here in northern Lake Worth Lagoon and get them here. And even if you're not wetting the line, it's an amazing place to come explore the cool habitats here and the history.
Hooked on the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches and Palm Beach County, the best way to experience Florida. And by ENGEL Coolers, the original high-performance cooler company. And by PELAGIC high-performance offshore gear.
So we just slid down to another residential canal, a little bit farther south down toward Boca Raton. This canal here, we have a real good chance of catching some clown knife fish, probably more peacocks as well. I think this is a spot where we're going to bow up. Nice peacock. Oh, there you go. Nice job, bud. Smoked him.
Thought it was gonna be a clown, but ended up being a nice peak, which I'm not mad about.
Nice little peacock for Joe. All right, we'll let this guy go.
Hey Cap, how many miles of canals are here?
Oh my gosh. It's a labyrinth of canals through here. Probably over 100 miles of canal. Goes south, goes north, goes west. You can be in Boca, which we are right now, ride the canals, and next thing you know, be up off of West Palm Beach within 45 minutes. We could run west out toward the Everglades. Really, it's a labyrinth, and it's all got fish in it. Got a mystery fish on here. Nice peacock for Joe. Still a mystery fish back here, not sure what we have. Big catfish. Look at that. Oh, look at this peacock. Let me get this peacock and then the catfish. This is a pretty cool double header you don't see a lot. Fat peacock and a fat channel cat. You never know what you're gonna get out here.
That's a big one.
Hey, come on in here. You had me excited there for a second, James. I thought that might be the clown, but when he wasn't jumping, I knew something was suspicious. But that's not an unusual catch in here to catch a nice channel cat like that.
You know, South Florida is just incredible for fishing, but it's also a phenomenal nature place. So if you enjoy being in the outdoors and you enjoy bird watching and wildlife, even on these canals and these urban areas, I mean, we've got purple martins nesting right here in a nesting box, and there's limpkin on the shoreline here, a whole variety of wading birds, you know, great blue herons and great egrets. It's wonderful to be out here in nature and enjoying fishing, but at the same time, enjoying the great outdoors.
Back in action. Another hump head. Look at the hump on this guy's head. So the males, they get this hump on their head right there. He's basically trying to attract a female is what he's doing. So when they're ready to breed, he's going to get that hump on there. Hopefully a female's going to see it, be attracted to him, come over, and they're going to make little peacocks. So we just released a peacock that actually was probably closer to 4 pounds. I do believe these fish kind of have a quicker lifespan. I don't think that fish was much older than probably 2 years old or so. I think their lifespan is probably 3 to 5 years, and that's when you're going to see those big, like 6, 7, 8 pounders. And then that's it. So it was kind of a young of the year fish, but he had already packed on some pounds. Oh, nice largemouth. Stay tight on him. When things slow down, just grab a piece of chicken, start eating, you'll hook 2 fish. Out here hammering the peacock bass, and you're liable to hook into a real nice largemouth like this one. Oh, nice job, bud.
Oh man, look at that fish.
Look at that hook. Look at that hook. Wow. You got him?
Oh yeah, this is a beauty. Oh yeah,
Probably
look at that.
6-pound neighborhood.
Oh yeah, that is a beautiful lunker largemouth. Look at that. Woo! What a beautiful fish, and took that bait right on the surface.
Yep.
This is a lovely, lovely fish right here. Fat. Got to be all of 6.5 pounds.
I'll let
here.
you know right here.
Let's do it.
Yeah, put the Boca grip on the
All
grip
right.
here.
That's a beauty.
6 1/4.
Yep, 6.25.
You know when you got him there.
Okay, got it. Let's let this baby go. What a pretty fish. Lovely largemouth. All right.
Typically in the fall and winter and spring, we'll actually catch a lot of largemouth right alongside the peacocks. They do get a little bit larger here than the peacocks do. I've caught 3 over 8 pounds. I know there's some in here over 10.
You know, this is probably the #1 targeted fish across North America. But if you want to catch true lunkers, you got to come to Palm Beach County, Florida.
Good job, Dad.
Palm Beach County is one of the best places in Florida to fish because we basically have it all here. Freshwater like this, we've got peacock bass, the largemouth, the clown knifefish, all sorts of panfish, but then, you know, you can do some inshore saltwater fishing, catch your snook, your tarpon, jacks, trout, and then right outside the inlets, we have some of the best sail fishing in the entire country, dolphin fishing, wahoos, kingfish, snapper grouper. I mean, if you rattled off a list of fish in Florida, it's all right here in Palm Beach County.
For me, one of the best things about fishing is just the bonding time. For me to be out here with my son and my daughters, because they love fishing too, is just phenomenal. You know, it's such good quality time, and that's what fishing's all about. It's about making friends, it's about having a good time, and it's about solidifying those family relationships. Oh yeah, and catching fish. Well, that's good variety here, huh?
Yes, a lot of different species in here.
We're still gonna be trying for this clown. We're gonna take a quick break, but we'll be right back.
Hold on to your rod. Hooked on the Palm Beaches. We'll be right back.
4 of Florida's best and most easily accessed public fishing opportunities are found within a short drive of each other in Palm Beach County. With the proximity of Gulf Stream currents, pier fishing offers a variety of species for the catching. Several piers offer tackle rental and bait to get you hooked up. A day of pier fishing makes for a great family outing, Palm Beaches style.
We're hooked on the Palm Beaches.
Patience is all I got.
Skill, not so much. That's definitely a fish.
Oh, come! Big one!
Nice and easy on them. Don't do anything with the drag there. Nice and easy on them.
Big clown knife. Oh yeah,
All
we
right.
gotta get it in.
They're really hard to net, so just try to get them. I want to see if I'll go in head first. Nope, we're not ready yet. Keep the tension on.
Thing is giant.
Come on, head first. Get in.
Woo! All right.
Oh, good job, man.
That's
All
a
right.
beauty.
All right, what a nice fish,
man.
guys.
That was crazy.
Woo! Yeah, that's what we're talking about right here. This is hooked on the Palm Beaches, clown knife fishing. What a spectacular fish. These are invasive species that were brought in accidentally from the aquarium trade. These fish are kept in fish tanks, believe it or not, and they get, as you can see, to 3.5 feet long. This is a big fish. Originally, their native countries are Cambodia, Vietnam, and right now, we've got these invasive beauties here in South Florida. If you look at them, look at that mouth. Small eyes, really, really small mouths, but they do open up. And these are predominantly nocturnal fish. They'll feed mainly at night, but yeah, you can get them in the day as well. What a beauty. Look at those beautiful spots on the body.
Gorgeous.
And real elongated, laterally compressed fish. And this is a beauty. They don't get much bigger than about 10 pounds. This is a big fish.
That's a good one.
Probably about 7 or 8.
Oh yeah, we'll
About
weigh
8
him.
pounds.
He's probably
Let's
7
weigh
or
him.
8. Yeah.
Yeah. Give him away.
Here, let's give him a little drink.
All right.
Put him in the net.
All right.
We'll let him have a drink and then we'll weigh him.
Go right there. Oh, what a beautiful fish. Wow. Woo! That's what we've been looking for. It took a lot of patience and probably about 150 casts before we got that guy, but well worth it. Let me tell you something, Captain knows how to put us onto fish. We've had multiple peacock bass, probably 30 peacock bass today. We've had half a dozen really nice largemouth, including a nice lunker, 6 1/4 pounds. And then we've had a channel catfish, and the star of the show this week, a really nice clown knife, going up into the 7 8 pound range. How much, Cap?
All right. 7 1/4.
Right, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, beautiful
a
fish.
really nice fish.
Yep. I don't know if you see this on here right here. There's a couple of like
Lesions?
fresh wounds. You know what that is? Yeah, that's another clown knife fish. They're probably breeding.
Wow.
And I have a feeling it's not a loving affair when it happens. So that's other clown knife fish doing that.
We're gonna release him now and let him go free.
Oh man.
He gave me.
Yeah, he gave you a little goodbye on the way out, didn't he?
Thanks so much, Cap.
If you'd like to get a hold of me, you can find me on Instagram. Follow me at Peacock Bass Adventures. You can also like my Facebook page, Peacock Bass Adventures, or call me direct at 561-723-4694. We'll get you out here. We'll catch a ton of peacock bass, probably some largemouth bass, and maybe one of those clown knife fish like James just caught.
See you next week on Hooked on the Palm Beaches. Palm Beach County fishing at its best.